Welcome to the Chief's Garage. In this video, I show where we've progressed in our disassembly of the Summit Soldier project we're working on. I've got everything out of the engine as you saw in the previous video, and now I've gone through the inspection process of what we'll use and what we will not reuse in this build. Come along with me as we walk around in the shop here. I'm going to show you a couple of things that I've done just to make sure that what we're sending to the machine shop is going to be viable. There are some things that I would recommend about, your engine, and one of them is before you put any time into it, get into it, measure it, look at things, decide that this is the engine that you want to use along with the plan that you've created. But what we want to send to the machine shop to save time and money is an engine that we've already gone through. We've looked at all the parts, we've determined what can be used and what doesn't fit this project. There's some of the parts that are usable parts, not for us in this project, but maybe something that someone else can use. But we could take them to local swap meet. We can, call local car clubs, any of those things to keep this, hobby that we have, this love affair with Foxbodies moving. So come along with me. We're going to walk around inside the shop. I'm going to show you the decisions I've made. Had a chance to clean up the block and to inspect it, and we'll get to that in a moment. But I've separated into different sections here, things that are usable and things that are not. And let's start with the things we're going to reuse. We're going to, of course, reuse the spider. There's no moving parts there. There's some pieces that are there that we're going to reuse in the top end. We are, of course, going to send the main caps out to the machine shop along with the block when it goes out. This is a stock cam that we are not going to reuse the stock cam. The distributor, this is a newer distributor that I bought from Late Model Restoration. It was in the car in the 306 that I built for it. During some troubleshooting that you guys can see in one of my other videos, I pulled this out, put the original 1990 distributor back in the car in some troubleshooting, and it's still in the car now. So yes, we will use this again. It has a brand new TFI, even though the one in the car is a Mallory. We're going to use the front cover. It's just changed the seal. We're going to clean it up. We're going to Cerakote this with a lot of the other parts. We have all of our fasteners that have all been inventoried, and I've got them saved in this box. That's things for like the front cover, and there's, oil pan bolts and all your nuts and screws and things I need to use to put the engine back together. We also are using the stock intake. It's going to get some massage, going to gasket match it along with the upper, which I have under my little table here for now. We're going to use the stock valve covers. I think that we may have to do a few little mods because I'm considering whether I can do pedestal rollers, and that would require me to go in and clean those up inside in order to get rid of some of the structure that's in them to make those fit, but we'll talk about it. We're not going to reuse the headers. I have a good set of headers that I like, the stainless ones that's in the car. The exhaust in the car remains. We're going to reuse the stock E7TE heads. These, I was just watching a video with Keith Morris, who is the son of Steve Morris Racing Engines, and I watched him take a set of these with some massage, and we're gonna actually break out a separate video when I take these apart, change the springs, get rid of the Thermactor hump and some other things in there. We're gonna clean these up. We're gonna lap them. They've only got about 2,000 miles on them, so I'm expecting to see something pretty clean and usable when I disassemble them. But we're gonna reuse the stock heads on this build. And of course, I'm going to reuse my oil pan because oil pans are not movable parts. Or we're going to strip all the paint off of it. It's going to match the theme of where we're going. Now, in these boxes are the things that we're not going to reuse. Although the 1990 did have forged pistons, they were TRWs and they were really good. We can't reuse those. We can't reuse them because we're going to be doing an overbore, and of course these are for 4-inch bore. They are press fit, which I'm not really a fan of, even though you can press these off, take them to the machine shop, have them resized on the big end. They've been through a lot of heat cycles, guys. You really should, shot P needs to relieve stress if you're going to do them. You should push out the bolts and have those upgraded to some ARPs or something like that if you're going to reuse these. And of course, if you upgrade the bolts, you have to resize the big end anyway. So rather than go through all that and there's an expense to resize it, guys, you can get a good set of rods from Summit or someplace and put them in, be equally as good, money well spent. You can get a good set of rods between $200, $300, and they'll be better than forged stocks ones, because those are not forged, they're cast anyway. We have in this box a lot of pieces. There's all of the rocker arm pieces. There's all the push rods. There's all the cam followers. All of those things, guys, have more than 160,000 miles on it. We're not going to reuse any of that. Throttle body is original to the car. Not going to reuse the throttle body for many reasons. One of them is over time, your throttle body starts to get some play in it inside of the throttle blade bushings here, and you can pull in a little air, and it's too small. Although you can clean your oil pump pickup, there may be some stuff in there, guys, you can't get out. And you're building a new build, don't chance it. Of course, the harmonic balancer gets replaced. I never reuse the stock oil pump drive. It's skinny. Buy one from ARP. Gets good insurance. Just replace it. Don't even consider reusing it. Even though this oil pump only has about 2,000 miles on it, I'll show you in a few minutes, and as we start to go through things, it has had things go through it. And guys, this is a stock oil pump. You could buy a stock oil pump from between $50 to $75. Why would anyone ever reuse an oil pump? Never do that. It's the lifeblood of your engine, just like the cam is the brain. Put a new oil pump on it. It's great insurance. For a stock build, you only need stock oil flow. If you're really, pushing something with greater clearances because you're going to boost, you may want to consider putting in, a high volume pump. But you have to consider that if you pump oil out, you got to get back to the pan. You may have to do some mods to your upper end to get the oil to flow. This is a stock crankshaft. And there's some reasons why I'm considering not using this. One of them is I can feel some things with my fingernail on it, even though it doesn't look super bad. It's the feel of it. Could we turn this under? Yeah, I take it down and have Kurt and the guys look at it. We could probably turn it down. It's a cast crank. It's original to the engine. I'm on the fence about it. We could probably get away with 10 under and be done. Not sure if I want to do that. I'll catch you up to it by the time I think about this for a few days. I've taken the engine apart, got everything out of it, looked it over best I can. And my thoughts right now is it is viable. We can reuse it. I'm just over here, and follow me over to the bench here. Got the big micrometer out so that I could set up the dial bore gauge. And I've set the dial bore gauge to exactly 4-inch, and I want to check the cylinders to see how much wear they have. And if I put this in here, see if I can get it focused where you can see what I'm seeing. So it looks like I'm about 1.5 thousandths over 4. So it is a stock bore. And I'm only doing one cylinder for you, so you can see. Yeah, about that. 1.5 thousandths over, which should be the wear that we have in the cylinder now. Now, that's in the wear section. If you really want to know how much you got, you can go all the way down past the travel of your rings. And in that area where the rings have not traveled, take your reading there. And it looks like it's about 1 thousandths over. So the wear on this is well within the limits of what I would say. And I'm going to do that to the other 8 cylinders. Just wanted you guys to look. All of the lifter bores all look good. I've gone through everything to see if there's anything else that would lead me to believe that it's not before I send it to the machine shop. In The prep video to send this out to the machine shop, we'll slow down. I'll take the core plugs out and show you how we do that. We'll get the decks all cleaned up. We're going to go in with our burr tool and we're going to break all of these radiuses that's on here. We're going to make sure that all the sharp edges are gone. Get all the last plugs out. I'm going to show you guys how to get the cam bearings out. We'll break out the cam bearing tool and do that. And of course, back here, we're going to go in and there's plugs in there. We're going to take those 3 plugs out because we need to take those out, take this off the stand, put in our rod so that we can go in and knock out the stationary plugs that are in the front. When I send it to the machine shop, I send it out with those removed and them tapped. 4 threaded plugs. This is a Windsor, guys. Those things are known for spitting those out, especially if you use a high volume oil pump or if you're using a high pressure pump. You can at high RPMs push those out, and it's just good insurance. And while it's apart, take that out. We're going to chase all the threads in it, make sure that everything has been threaded. One of the things that I like to do when I'm working on engines is, bear with me here, we're going to roll this over. I like to send the engine out to the machine shop with the main bearings in it. There's some things about this that tell me that there's a bit of core shift, because when I look here, I can see that the copper is gone here, but it's not gone here. And as I look through all the other bearings, I don't see that same pattern on that side. I can see where material has actually moved. This engine was run really filthy for a long time, and it was. I'll put a picture of what I saw when I took it apart, and here's a picture of it here. But that's why I don't want to reuse the crank. It's been a lot of trash through this. Everything is scratched. The bottoms are also scratched. This is that main cap that goes with number 1, and you can see the same copper is showing on that same side, but I don't see that same pattern in other places. This thing, guys, there's a lot of trash went through here. It almost looks like it was starved for oil at some point. So on to the next piece of it, which will be to get all the core plugs out and everything out of it, and we'll get ready to send it to machine shop. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching this section. We're getting ready to get into some new things. I've got a little work to do here. I'm gonna be putting my retro wheels back on because I've been to a couple of car shows. But thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate that you guys have subscribed. I thank you for all of your questions. As we continue down this pathway for the Summit Soldier, I look forward to hearing from each and every one of you on what it is that you're building. And, I'd be glad to give you any advice I can on how you can make your project better. Get out there and build something.